My name is Andrea, and I am a trained pastry chef and a future social worker. So I thought that I would help run you through today a recipe for some traditional Newfoundland blueberry muffins with some hand-picked blueberries right here from a couple months back, of course. And yeah, I'm also going to kind of talk through why baking with somebody who has dementia can really help them bring back good memories and really keep them in the moment, reducing frustrations and anxieties and those kinds of things. So I've gone ahead and weighed out all of the ingredients ahead of time. I did that because when you're baking with somebody with dementia, it's probably a good idea to prepare all of the ingredients that need precise measurements beforehand. That way it kind of reduces the amount of stress during the activity, and you can focus on just having a good time and maybe bringing back old memories and experiencing some good food. I'm just going to go through our ingredients here. We've got some sugar, all-purpose flour, milk right here. We've used some almond milk. You can use any milk that you like. Of course, we're just keeping it dairy-free and egg-free today. So because of that, we have some egg replacer as well, low cholesterol, and trying to keep with some healthier options. This is also dairy-free butter, but of course you can use any butter that you want to substitute. So also we have a little bit of vanilla, some salt, and some baking powder. And of course the blueberries, most important ingredient. Yeah, so to find out the amounts of each ingredient, you can reference the recipe that was posted at the beginning of the video. You can pause it and write down the ingredients if that works best. I will say that this recipe comes from my grandmother-in-law's really old recipe, and we're really thankful for Nan Flynn's recipe because we get a lot of use out of it. So yeah, without further ado, I guess we'll get started. So these are all our ingredients right here. We're also going to need a couple of bowls. So I've got a glass bowl here for us and a metal bowl, one for our dry and one for our wet ingredients. All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with the recipe. So first we're going to go ahead and mix our dry ingredients together. So we're going to use the metal bowl to do that, and our whisk. So we're going to add our flour. Next we're going to go ahead and add our sugar and our salt and our baking powder. Make sure that we get all of that out of there. So then we're going to take our whisk. We're going to make sure that we combine all of the dry ingredients so that we evenly distribute all of the baking powder. Really important. So I've added a wooden spoon to our list of materials here because I do have some butter that I didn't take out of the fridge early enough. If you take it out of the fridge, it won't be so tough. You can also use a mixer to combine your wet ingredients. So we're going to add our butter and our vanilla here, and our little bit of egg replacer. We're going to give a little mix. Make sure that we get all of that in there. So baking with somebody with dementia can be a really great activity because there's so many sensory perceptions involved with baking. You have all of these good smells and good flavors, and it can bring in back really good memories for people who are experiencing trouble with their memory. It can also be really calming. So you can, of course it depends on the abilities of the person that you're baking with, but you could have them help you pour in the ingredients, help mix the ingredients. That could be really soothing. Also, going out and picking the blueberries yourselves for the recipe could be a really fun activity. Always keeping safety in mind is a really great idea, but this is one thing that can be really fun for both people, involved. And it can really be a happy memory. So we've got our wet ingredients nice and combined. I went ahead and added the milk to combine with the butter and the vanilla here. And that's smelling really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and add our wet ingredients to our dry mixture. So we can scoop that up to a big, I'm gonna make sure that you get as much of that out as you can, because every little ingredient counts. And so when you're doing muffins, you want to try to keep a little bit of the moisture or the air in there, sorry. So you kind of want to do a folding action. So you're going to go underneath and kind of fold up. And this can be, again, a really great activity for somebody who's got dementia. Can also be a really great activity for bonding, you know, families together. Everybody has fun baking, young people, old people, everyone in between, people with all kinds of abilities. And so it can really be a very therapeutic activity. Once we get everything nice and combined, we're going to go ahead and add our blueberries to the mixture. So you want to add the blueberries when they're still frozen. This helps them not sink to the bottom of the muffins. So good idea to keep them in the freezer right until you are ready to start using them. Of course, you can use fresh ones as well. I like to use local blueberries as much as I can. So because we have such great berries here. Oh, made a little bit of a mess there. We're just going to combine those berries into this nice muffin batter. Okay, so we've got our muffin pan all ready to go, and we've got some regular white liners here, muffin liners that you can just buy at the grocery store. You can just work together to put the muffin liners in, you know, or that could be a task for somebody who has dementia, you know. That's a good way to get them focused and get them, you know, in their, keep them in their body, keep them conscious, all those kinds of things. When you're scooping your muffins, a good rule of thumb is a quarter cup measuring cup is a good way to eye it out. Now, sometimes you want to do a little more, a little less, depending on what you're doing, but a little spatula like this will also help you scoop it out into the muffin liner. And this muffin batter is a little bit thick, but it is delicious. So we want to try our best to evenly fill the muffin liners. And as I said before, you want to mix your muffin batter just until it combines. This is because you don't want to smush up your blueberries into your batter. The batter turns a little bit purple anyways, especially if you have frozen blueberries. And this recipe is supposed to make about 12 muffins. Now you can get different size muffin pans, but this is the standard size. Make sure we get every last bit of that batter. You don't want to waste any. So yeah, you can have a look after and just even out any of the cups that you think need to be filled up a little bit or altered. Move a little bit from one to the other to make sure that they'll all bake pretty evenly. Maybe take a little bit out of that one and put it over there. Got a blueberry on the loose over there. Perfect. Okay, so our blueberries are ready to go in the oven. Got our oven preheated to 400 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and put the muffins right in on the middle rack there. We're going to set the timer for 15 minutes, but they will probably need about another 5 minutes after that. So our muffins are almost done. They've been in there for about 25 minutes now, and I'm thinking that that's probably going to be the right amount of time for them. But to test that, we're going to use a toothpick to try not to hit a blueberry, just to see if we have any batter come back at us. They're springing back pretty well, which is a good indication that they are done. And not seeing any batter. Got a little bit of purple from the blueberries, but no batter itself, so I think we're good. We've checked a couple. So it looks like our muffins are all done. We want to wait a little bit of time before we try to take them out of the muffin pan, because they're going to be really hot and they're going to be really delicate and soft right now, so you want to be careful that they don't fall apart. So I hope that this was a really fun activity for you. You know, a couple of tips that I would say is, you know, if when you're doing the recipe, the person who has dementia is getting a little bit confused or maybe makes a mistake, and you know, it's always really important to remember to connect, don't correct, you know, so if a mistake is made, just throw that out, start again, don't even mention it, kind of move on, you know. And if frustrations start to happen or anything like that, you know, a good idea is to think of a happy memory. So a happy memory that your loved one might have about, you know, something in childhood, and you know, maybe that's a song, maybe that's the taste of, you know, blueberries that their family used to make or something like that. But anything that can kind of bring them back to a happy place will bring them a little bit more peace, and hopefully eating some delicious muffins will do that for everyone. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy this video, and thank you so much for helping out with the Walk for Alzheimer's. It's a really important cause, and there's so many people in our province struggling right now. So yeah, thanks for helping people live well with dementia, and have a great day.